Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Hello and welcome to Drop the Belt's mid-season preview. We're going to cover the Fantasy Wrestling League that's going to happen through September and October. It's just a 2-month mini-league before the next major season starts, which is going to cover Survivor Series through WrestleMania. Alright, this is Choke, and I'm here with FnJimmy, and we're going to cover the fall challenge of the FUW Fantasy Wrestling League on DropTheBelt.com. If you haven't yet, go on and sign up, and you can draft some leagues for this 2-month period between the major seasons that cover the Fantasy League.
FnJimmy.
You know him from his famous golden video reviews for GoGo.com.
Category was take a shit on very viable. Reach.
As well as the wrestling previews he's done for the pay-per-views.
Somebody call my mama.
Let's get started. We're going to start right from the top. We're going to get right into the big heavy hitters of the wrestling league.
The world champions.
The guys you want on your team, everyone's going to be clamoring for when the draft starts, right?
Oh yeah.
Alright, now me personally, I put Sheamus and CM Punk, right, 1 and 2, the WWE and the World Heavyweight Champion. Yes. I personally don't think they're going to drop the titles during this 2-month period, September and October.
I agree. I mean, Sheamus has been on a serious roll, and CM Punk just you can call it stealing or lucky wins, but he's just gonna stay on top for a little while.
I agree. I think they're just gonna keep on winning. I put the next 3 though: Cena, Orton, and Ziggler. This was before SmackDown. Let me say that. I have Del Rio kind of lower on the list. I probably would raise them a little bit now because they tend to give the challengers a lot of victories leading up to the title matches. Even if you don't think they're going to win, they're usually pretty good holds because they're going to win to make you think that they're going to win leading up to their title matches. So I'd probably move Del Rio up a little bit along with Cena, Orton, and Ziggler. Do you think any of them should be higher or lower?
I mean, yeah, I would agree where Del Rio needs to move up just a little bit just because of where he is after SmackDown's show tonight. Ziggler, I would say he should be where he's at because he is Mr. Money in the Bank. He can.
Do you think he's going to cash it in the next 2 months?
He could.
Yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes.
All right. If he does, I would move him up. If I thought he was going to, I would have moved him up higher, probably to be 3rd, just because I think he will actually successfully cash it in when he does. I don't think he will, but I think he'll pick up a lot of wins in the next couple months.
Yeah.
Next, I went with the IC and US championships, Cesaro, Miz. I put Cesaro higher, just because I think they'll have Miz being more of the kind of dodgy heel, maybe getting some count out and DQ wins. Plus the US and IC belts haven't really been defended very much in the last few months. I think that's going to change a little bit. I think they're going to start having those more on SmackDown and Raw. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, Cesaro's feud with Morella, Santino Morella right now, you know, it's kind of weird, but it's happening.
It is happening. That's a good
I mean, The Miz, I think right now he's turning himself into like a neutral, almost to like a face, because of just his promos haven't been like you usually talk shit when he's on his promos, but lately he hasn't been doing that.
I have no idea what Jimmy's talking about. What Miz with the Marine? Do you think that's why he's getting the push? Do you think that'll continue because of that until the DVD comes out or the movie comes out? Yeah. There's no way that's going to theaters, right? It's going to be a DVD.
I mean, there should be a lot of contenders for his title, but
who?
You got Ryback. I mean, Wade Barrett. I know he hasn't shown up yet, but
you think he's coming back as a face?
I don't know. I don't know. He's
If you think he's going to challenge The Miz quickly, you got to think he's coming back as a face then, right?
Yes.
They're not going to do heel for the IC belt that quickly, right? Yeah, speaking of Wade Barrett, I have him pretty high here, right under Ryback and Daniel Bryan. Do you agree with that? I mean, I think he's going to come back and just be winning lots of matches early and quickly.
Oh, totally. I mean, his gimmick with the Barrett Barrage should be intense, and plus he's got a new finisher, so it should be.
How do you know that? What's his new finisher?
I forgot.
All right. Excellent information. Ryback, do you think he belongs down here about 7th? He was a number 2 point getter in the league last season.
Oh yeah, because of all of his 2-on-1 handicap matches.
Do you think those are going to continue? I don't. That's why I moved them down.
I think now he's starting to get into the minor competitors.
Right. I agree. But how about Daniel Bryan? That was a tough one for me. I originally put him higher, but I don't think he's going to get involved in any of the title stuff.
I agree. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's going to be going after any of the titles within these 2 months, but he still should be just a little bit higher. I mean, because he's been appearing and just coming up in matches and playing around with the crowd and everything. He's been exciting.
All right, now I have Sandow, the big high riser for me. I mean, I think they've just been pushing him big time. I think he's going to continue to get a lot of wins. I think he's a top pick for this season. What do you think?
I totally agree. He's been winning matches. His moves are fucking like. I want to say right on because I can't find the name or the words right now.
His moves are right on.
But I mean, they're fucking. They're hard. They're devastating. There you go. They're devastating. So
Jimmy likes Sandow's hard moves. All right, I put Sin Cara. I mean, he's on all the time. He just lost to Heath Slater. I don't know if that would have impacted my putting him on the list. We just saw him lose to Heath Slater tonight on SmackDown, so he might drop a little bit for me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know
what they're doing with Sin Cara. I mean, right now he looks like he's appearing to lose that match, but.
Yeah, well, he's going to continue his feud with Cody Rhodes. I mean, that should be good. He'll still get some wins. Let's move on to the next portion of the list here. At the top, we got Rey Mysterio, Big Show. I think both of those guys, they're always good to come out. They're always on the show. They're going to get their wins. I don't know if either of them will win the title, but I think both of them have a chance to possibly win. Maybe even one of the US, IC, they'll be challenging for stuff. But they're always good for wins. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, they're always good to main event matches.
What have you heard of Rey Mysterio's concussion? Do you think that's going to affect anything?
It could. It all depends on the results that they said that they're waiting on. So as of right now, he's out. He's just out for a couple of weeks. But we don't know for sure if he'll come back if the results are good.
Yeah, I think he'll be back soon. We have Kofi, Truth, PTP. I mean, I want to put PTP higher. I think that they're going to win the titles eventually, but I've thought that the last 2 or 3 times. But Kofi Truth just seem unstoppable. I mean, would you put primetime players higher right now?
Not against Kofi and Truth, unless they start giving them. I think when they start giving them more wins during their next couple of weeks.
Who else is there to challenge for the tag belts anytime soon?
We've just seen Epico Primo and.
They lost.
Apparently the Usos are still around. I've seen just tonight on SmackDown.
You'll notice there's no Usos anywhere on this.
No, I haven't seen it.
All right. Well, Kane, Brodus, always solid, just, kind of middle of the card. I don't know if they're going to go for titles. I mean, if they do, elevate them. I think the Divas this year, I got Layla and Eve both on this list, and AJ Lee. If AJ Lee wasn't in a GM role, I think she would, and if she was wearing more shorts, I'd probably raise her higher. But for now, she's still going to always get her mic, opening the show, points possibly. She's going to get her points there. What do you think of the Divas? I think they're going to get elevated the more we go on from this point forward.
I would want to agree, but I totally don't think it's going to happen for that. They might do it just because it's the Night of Champions. So after that,
there's got to be a develop. Okay.
It's going to fall out.
It's Layla Caitlyn. I don't think Caitlyn has a chance. What do you think? I think all of this is to set up Eve to me versus Layla. I think Eve has a good chance, and that's why I have her so high. Cody Rhodes, Christian, Who is that? Santino and Tensai. You know, again, all solid mid-carders. What are you going to do? They all have a chance to possibly participate in some ICUS stuff, but
of course,
they'll get their wins. All right, the next list, got Zack Ryder. I don't know. I wasn't big on him at all last season, but I kind of think they're going to incorporate him more. Fans still seem to eat him up. I just think he's got a good chance to possibly get some points this season.
I would want to agree on that one too.
But you don't.
I can't because they're just, I don't know what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing with Zack Ryder.
All right.
Until they do.
Now go ahead. Yeah, we got Ricardo and Vicky. Those are guys I used to not be sold on them as good fantasy guys, but last year they just completely proved me wrong. They get a company to ring, they get microphone points almost week in and week out. It all builds up. They're solid people to pick up. Yes. You've proved me wrong. I'm probably going to start considering them more. Here I have Tyson Kidd. I'm going to add Justin Gabriel right alongside. I forgot to include him on the list, but I think that they might start incorporating them more in the tag team match. You know, maybe get them in the mix. Primo Epico, same thing. I mean, who knows with this tag team division? It's terrible right now. What do you think?
The tag team's always terrible. I can't speak for that right now. But I hope.
Who would you rather have right now, Primo and Epico or Kidd and Gabriel?
I would go with Kidd with Gabriel. I think those two, they have the high flying capabilities, so they're gonna be exciting.
All right. From this point forward, I mean, these are guys you're basically taking a gamble on.
Yes.
You know, I mean, and let me know if you think any of these guys are better or worse. Like, should they be elevated? Should you draft them quicker than others? Brock Lesnar, David Otunga, Kurt Hawkins. I think that's Rex leaving is going to help him. I actually think they might give him more of a shot now.
In the singles competition?
Yeah. You disagree?
It all depends on him if he does something different.
Like what?
I don't know.
New gimmick?
Just new gimmick.
Alright, Jinder Mahal, I actually included him before the loss to Ryback tonight. I kind of think he's going to fade maybe lower. Mark Henry, I always draft him. I don't know why. Every season I think that he's going to come out, and I'm putting him higher on the list now just because I think he's bound to return.
Yes.
Do you think he's coming back the next 2 months though?
I believe he is. And when he does, I'm sure that he's going to be...
You think everything is happening? You think every possible scenario is going to happen in the next 2 months? Yeah. All right, Heath Slater, he just got a big win on Sin Cara. This was before the win on Sin Cara. I probably would move him up, probably above Otunga at this point. Just because maybe they'll keep giving him these BS wins over some solid mid-carders, and that'll be his new gimmick. I mean, that'd be good for him, right?
Maybe, but...
Maybe.
I don't think so.
What do you think is going to happen with Heath Slater in the next 2 months?
Heath Slater, he's just going to get more matches. If he's going up against those legends, of course he's going to lose.
That was over a month and a half ago.
But if they continue with it, just in case. But I know he got his win. But he's going to get those kinds of wins.
Alright, I put Kelly here just because I'm shocked they're not using her more. Where is Kelly?
She's doing promotions and all that bullshit.
Where?
Everywhere.
Alright, let's start. Beth Phoenix, Kaylen, I know this seems low since she hasn't... Come on. Kaylen doesn't have a chance, right?
No. I mean, if we were to score, you know, the minor shows, Superstars in NXT, these guys would have a chance.
But right now, you don't have... Jimmy, who is Ambrose Rollins?
Ambrose Rollins, new tag team.
They're not a tag team. So Jack Swagger, Khali. I mean, come on. These guys are... You don't like these guys? Alex Riley?
They haven't been winning.
You like Swagger.
I like Swagger.
You like having him on your team.
I had him on my team because he was winning at one point, but as soon as I picked him for the next season, he dropped.
That tends to happen a lot. I got Teddy Long, Camacho. I mean, these are just straight up a company to ring. Oksana, I'm going to say right now, I just realized Oksana should be higher. Antonio Cesaro is going to be coming out every week, I think, with the belt. And Oksana's going to get a lot more company to ring points this season than she did last. So I'm going to call it Oksana.
I don't know, but she's not going to get microphone points.
That's a good point. I still like, yeah, she does. She talks and she asks them to speak in 5 languages.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Come on, Jimmy, you're throwing me off my game with this one. Alright, Hunico, Cole, Sakama. I mean, why did I put Michael Cole up here? Does he do anything?
He hasn't been doing it.
Sakamoto should be more because he's going to get at least 10 seconds. Well, Cole has the opportunity to occasionally get a match or two, right? All right, let's move on. Cameron, Naomi, they each get a company to ring points, no mic points, just like what you were saying. Rosa, same thing. I mean, anytime they have a match. But again, they're more solid than somebody. Jimmy J. Uso, put the USO in caps. I don't know why. The Rock, all lowercase. I don't know what's going on here. Do you think The Rock's going to have any impact at all in the next 2 months?
No.
Nothing at all?
Nothing
Not
at all.
coming out at all? So
No.
you disagree? You would put him at the very bottom?
Yeah.
And I think that he has a chance to at least come out on a Raw or a SmackDown.
But it's just one show.
But what if he gets a match? You know, you never know. Evan Bourne, is he coming back anytime soon?
No.
No. Not
I don't
Another disagreement. You would put him lower.
I would put him lower.
You would put him below. It's okay. Now Lawler, I agree, should probably move up after thinking about it a little more, thinking about the Raw. He might get that title match against CM Punk. He's not going to win, but they might give him some matches and some interactions there. Booker T, Paul Heyman. I mean, what? Who's Tamina?
Tamina's Snuka's daughter, who's a diva.
Tamina is Snuka's daughter?
Yep.
Okay, I don't. She's in the WWE. Triple H, is he going to come out at all?
No, he's done.
HBK, McMahon,
Done.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. A big point of contention between me and Bat Rastard. Will Hacksaw Jim Duggan get any airtime at all in the next 2 months?
No.
Call it.
No.
No. I lose
No.
$5 according to FnJimmy. Jimmy, who is Sarah Del Rey?
New diva? I don't know who she is.
But you know she's a new diva?
Yes.
Where would you put her on this list?
At the very bottom.
At the very bottom?
The very
Just
bottom.
because you don't know anything about her? I mean, even if you don't know anything about her, wouldn't you
And
put
she's
her more in the
a
mix?
diva. They don't do anything with
Alright, let me find where I would put her. Yeah, in the next 2 months, it's kind of rough. I'd still probably draft her over Rosa Mendez. Just because if she comes out...
If she accompanies a tag team at one point, maybe, but...
Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd?
Probably. Or maybe she might be a new primetime player.
A new primetime player? You haven't seen Sarah Del Rey. That would be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. Okay, final 2 picks. Chris Jericho, John Laurinaitis. Now, Laurinaitis should be higher than Jericho. I'll admit that. Because Laurinaitis, even though he's been off TV for his last several months, he has still been appearing at house shows. He's been running in and attacking John Cena at the end of house shows. I think that that's going to lead to... I don't know if it's in the next 2 months, but I think they have plans for Laurinaitis. So, given that, I think there is a good chance that he could possibly come out towards the end of this, mid-season challenge. You disagree? You think Laurinaitis is gone forever?
To be honest, I think so. I think he's done.
You think he's completely
I
done?
think he's completely done.
Well, why do you think they're still using him at house shows then?
Just for the excitement of the storyline that was left over. I mean, they didn't really do the whole. I don't know.
Do you agree that he was so over as a heel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they're just saying, no, we don't care. I mean, we
They
don't
just
care.
fired
that
him,
they're-
and then that was it for the shows. But,
This is an incredible take
I
from
mean,
you right now.
apparently he's good enough for the house shows. So
Jericho, so you like Jericho over Laurinaitis for the next 2 months?
yes, because Jericho was gone. He's been fired. I mean, his contract's up.
Jericho is fired and Laurinaitis is...
Apparently he's still at the house shows, right? I heard
So
Jericho
why would
being-
Laurinaitis be worse than Jericho at this rate? I know that's what this list
You
says.
made it sound like he was better than Jericho. I don't know.
He is better than Jericho. Jericho is gone.
Was
Alright, well, let's wrap that discussion up. And let's just go to, overall, are there any dark horses that you think people might not be thinking about right now that should be more highly drafted, that might not have been represented on my list, or anyone that I put really high on my list that you think is going to be a complete bust this season?
As a complete bust, I would have to go with Antonio Cesaro.
Wow.
I mean,
He has the U.S. Championship. He's going to lose it back quickly?
No. He might not have to lose it, but they might just stop stopped using him completely at one point.
Like they did
Like
earlier.
they did with Antonio with Santino.
It's interesting. So what round do you think he should go in if you're drafting a fantasy league right
I
now?
was still picking like fourth, fifth.
The fourth or fifth pick. That's interesting. I'd put him a lot higher than that. Absolutely. Anyone that you think I put too low?
Just the guys that we mentioned that you thought they should go higher. Those guys.
But none of your own take.
No.
Okay. All right. I think that's gonna do it. We're gonna wrap up the fantasy preview for the mid-season challenge. I have a very hard time remembering that. Again,
Fall challenge.
Fall challenge. The
Fall challenge.
Fantasy League Fall Challenge for DropTheBelt.com. Again, go to DropTheBelt.com, sign up with your own fantasy leagues, get your friends together. It's a lot of fun. You get free matchmaking now if you don't have any friends, or if you have friends and they're not into wrestling. How does the matchmaking work, Jimmy?
Just sign up, put your name, make a name for your team, and wait for other people to sign up too.
That's exactly how it works. Congratulations. So that's it. Again, this is Choke with FnJimmy.
And that's it for DropTheBelt.com. Wrestle the world. Oh no.